Hi, everyone. My name is Ben Barber, and this is Deb Burton from RI Elder Info. And today we are going to be talking to you about how to get the COVID-19 vaccination in Hopkinton. Sorry, Deb, you are still muted. Go ahead.
Good morning, everyone. I would like to welcome Mr. Ron McDonald, Emergency Management Director for the town of Hopkinton. Good morning, Ron.
Good morning.
So tell us, how do people in Hopkinton get their COVID vaccine? What are they still at age 75, or what's the scoop in Hopkinton?
Okay, for Hopkinton, it is still age 75 plus for our regional municipal clinic. The way we're doing it is we took a combination of several lists, and we thought it best to, since we have a small population, that we were going to call and register everyone for themselves because some people don't have computers or access to the internet. So what we did is we took the voter rolls, the tax records, and also a Google form that we have on our website, and asked people for updated contact information. And what we did is we combined those lists into a master list. And we're going down from oldest to youngest, which would be 75. And we're going to call people and register them. And we're in the process of doing that now.
So someone from City Hall is going to be calling our older adults?
Yes, staff in the town manager's office and some of the recreation employees, they're going to be calling people. We're going to try to do it as fast as possible. It is slower than people registering themselves, but we found it's more accurate. And again, if people don't have access to a computer or internet, speaking with them and getting the information is a lot easier. So we're doing it that way.
And how will our seniors know that it's a legitimate call? Will the callers ask for their date of birth or their social security number or date
Well,
of
what we have to do is we're doing it from the town offices. So the caller ID hopefully will say something like that it's from the town. But they're going to introduce themselves. If people have a problem, they could always call back or verify the number on our website. But they're going to ask, because we're registering them on the computer, there's certain demographic information like name, date of birth, address, contact information, as well as some medical screening questions. So they will have to do that, but it's all being put in a HIPAA compliant confidential database that the state has, and it goes right to the state. And we use it for scheduling and registering. And then when they go to the vaccination clinic, they'll log that information in as well, that they got their first dose, second dose, and then it gets exported to the state and the CDC. So they have all the records for the person there. And then they can provide it to their doctor and whatnot.
And is there a cost involved? Should anybody have to pay anything for this?
No, there is a place on the registration that it asks for insurance information. I think that's more statistical, but if they don't feel comfortable putting it in there, it is free of charge. They just ask for it so they can track if it's a Medicare or private insurance or no insurance. But all costs are free. You don't have to pay anything. You just register and show up at your time, and we'll guarantee a vaccination for you.
Awesome. So should people come early to make sure that you don't run out of vaccines, to make sure that they get their vaccine?
No, there's no need to do that. If you're registered, you show up on time. Like yesterday, for example, we were helping out at the regional clinic and somebody came almost an hour and a half before the clinic, and we can't let you in because the people that we bring in, we do a briefing and training, and they have to set up their stations and things like that. So if you're registered and you got a confirmation, then there's going to be a vaccine for you. There's no need to show up an hour, or 10 minutes early is fine, because if not, you'll have to wait in your car or you'll have to leave or wait out in the cold. So unfortunately, we do run into that. We just have to explain it to them as nicely as we can. Some people may get frustrated and anxious because they think they might not get in if they're not early, but if you're registered and confirmed, we'll have the vaccine for you. There's no problem to show up an hour early or anything like that. You shouldn't have to do that.
Awesome. If I take Uncle Bob to go get his vaccine, can I get one too?
No, they're not going to do that for any caregivers, unfortunately. But if your spouse that lives in the same residence with you, if we call a 90-year-old, for example, and his wife is above 75, we will, so the household unit is, I guess, vaccinated, you'd say, we will do that. But they have to be over 75 right now until the state allows us to, change our age group.
That's good to hear. The older couples will be able to get vaccinated together. I know that sometimes, it's hard to get registered and then start all over again to get your spouse registered.
Yeah, I mean, that's what we're doing in Hopkinton. Other places might not be doing that, but that's what we decided to do. And I know the Charo towns that we're partners with in our regional clinic, they're doing the same thing, I believe. So it's fairly consistent at our location. I can't speak for what they're doing upstate or anywhere else.
So I just want to take everybody through the process. Obviously, you can call 401-388-8476 if you do not have internet access. But if you're watching this, you do. So the great way to do that is hopkintonri.org/COVID-19. If you go to the hopkintonri.org site by itself, it's right on the top, and so you can just click on it there. But this is what the form looks like itself, and see, it's right here, and then you just click here, and then wait, I'm not on the right one for you guys. Okay, here we go. You just click visit here to sign up, and okay, now I am on the right one. Sorry, I had two up. Okay, and here we go. So you fill out the form that is required: first name, middle initial, last name, birth year, email, phone number, street address, city, town, submit.
Correct, and that's going to populate our Google form. So if somebody has a cell phone, or say their daughter or son want to be the one that's contacted because the person might not be too familiar with how to register online, then they can put their caregiver or relative's phone number in there, and then when it comes time for them to be registered, they'll call that person and they can provide the information either with them, or they might know it and they can put the person in there. So we try to make it as simple and convenient as possible for our residents.
Awesome. And I just learned this morning that MTM, the non-emergency medical transportation system, will provide rides to the vaccine site. So if people don't people don't have transportation, they can use MTM to go get the vaccine. We don't want to have anybody, answering a Craigslist ad or Facebook ad for somebody who'll offer them a ride, because you're telling a complete stranger when you're not going to be home. Not a safe
Exactly,
choice.
and that's very convenient. And we do have police as security at all our facilities. So unfortunately, some people, like I said, that are anxious, they'll show up there without an appointment. And unfortunately, we can't accommodate them because we have to follow the rules that the state provides us. So there are police there. We do verify identification. And at our site at the South Road School in Wakefield, that's our regional pod site we're doing with 6 other towns right now. We have some firefighters that have ATV vehicles that they can drive people when they're done with their observation time back to their car, because some people have to park around the back of the building. So it's just the little things that we have there that will help people. And we have extra people if they have to, be guided in or use a wheelchair or things like that. So it's mostly strictly all volunteers. We have about 50 or 60 for each shift, and we're probably doing for each round over 400 to 500 volunteers that sign up to help. So we're very appreciative of anyone that volunteers with us, and that goes from medical doctors, pharmacists, all the way down to EMTs, nurses, even just the general public that want to help. They'll help people register for their second doses. Like I said, walk them around the facility to make sure they don't fall or they know where to go. So it's a Herculean effort, and we're appreciative of everyone that volunteers for us to get this done.
So there are multiple options for getting your COVID vaccine in Rhode Island. The mass testing sites, depending on when you watch this, will be up and running. You can go through Walgreens or CVS. If somebody is on your list and then gets a sooner vaccination date through either the pharmacy or a mass vaccination site, what should they do in regards to Hopkinton?
And that's the problem we're running into now. We ran into it yesterday. The best thing to do would be, if you don't have the confirmation that when you were registered, you get an email link. I believe you can cancel it through that. But if you can't, just call our hotline number. And if no one can answer because they're registering people all day long, just leave a message and then they'll get it back to us. and we'll cancel the appointment for them. So then it'll be open to putting somebody else in their spot. Because again, we only have a limited amount of vaccine, and we're trying to get it to the most arms that we can put the vaccine in as possible. So if if they do get an appointment somewhere else, which if it was me, I would try to get it the first shot I could anywhere. But just be courteous and try to call us, and we can put somebody else in that spot. Because if not, at the end of the clinic, if we have leftover doses, we have to scramble to try to get somebody in there because we don't want to waste any. And we've been lucky enough that we haven't had to do that. So it's very important that you do that. Some people don't, we understand that, but it just helps at the end of the clinic. So we're not there for a long time trying to fill the spots because we don't want to throw anything out for sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's really important. And I think it's also really important for people to understand that, Hopkinton has over 1,200 people over the age of 65. So if you can't make it and there's an extra dose, now you have to call someone who's over 75 to come right now. So It's not like people can park outside at the end of the day to say, ooh, maybe you have an extra one and I can slip in. We don't want people to think that. You have people already in queue.
Yes, we have a waiting list. Each town has a list of names, and we try to divvy it up fairly. Mm-hmm. But we do have people that do show up there. We had it yesterday, and unfortunately, like I said, we can't just pick people up. There's no walk-ins because it just creates chaos and confusion. So we do have waiting lists, and we go through those lists fairly quickly. But like you said, it's hard to have somebody that may not be able to drive or needs a ride to get there in like 15 or 20 minutes to get these shots in. So that's why when it gets close to the end and we know we may have extra, we'll start putting people on alert, I guess you'd say, to get them there, to get them a shot. So again, that's our main object, is to get the vaccine into people, and we don't want any waste at all. So we're doing our best, and luckily we haven't had to do that yet. So
that's awesome.
Anything else that you want to leave us with?
No, just be patient. I know all these other sites are opening up, so some people don't think it's going as fast as it can, but we're doing our best on a local level to get the people close by to get their vaccine. The only state ones that are open right now are going to be at the Dunkin' Donuts Center in Providence and Saconaset in Cranston, but they are looking for a mega clinic, they're calling them, down our way. They just have to find a certain size building and parking to be able to accommodate it. And down our way, there isn't many choices to do that. So it is coming. And South County Hospital announced that they had some extra vaccine. They're going to be holding clinics as well. So it is coming. Maybe not as fast as people will like it, but we're doing our best, like I said, at the local level to get as many of our local residents close to us their vaccine. So any information anybody needs, just go to our website or have a family member go to the website for you, or you can call our number at 388-8476, and we'll be happy to help you. But again, the people in the office are registering people all day long right now. We had to have extra manpower come in because it is labor intensive, but so if they don't answer, just leave a message and we'll do our best to get back to you as quick as we can and accommodate any of your questions or concerns.
That's awesome. And it really is their neighbors who are answering the phone. So no need to rant and rave. Be nice to people. Nice matters.
Yeah, definitely.
And I think it also goes to show that, your neighbors and the community you live in are all also getting the vaccine, so that we know the vaccine is safe.
Yes, definitely. It is a safe vaccine.
Yes.
Thank you, Ron. We appreciate everything that you're doing for the people in Hopkinton. And when information changes and things, when the vaccine becomes more readily available and different age groups are open, we would love to update this. So
yeah, definitely. And like I said, I updated our website 2 days ago, so it is current. But we found out yesterday that they were going to do 65 and up. Quicker than they said they were gonna. So even we learn stuff from the news. Unfortunately, they tell us one thing one day and something changes the next. So we try to keep our website and our information as fresh as possible. But with this situation, things are changing by the day. So again, they're trying to do their best to get the vaccine out. So unfortunately, sometimes things aren't as updated as possible. But again, we try to keep our information fresh so everybody has the most current stuff available to you. So as things change, we'll definitely get it out to the people, our social media pages for the town, our website, and the people that are in the office will have the information as well.
Awesome.
Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Deb.
Thank you so much.
Appreciate talking to everybody. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.
You too.
Bye-bye.